Hi, and welcome to Cookin in the Kitchen. Well, we're not quite in the kitchen again. We're still upstairs as this lockdown goes ahead. But come to the end of it, hopefully. But I'd like to introduce you today to John P. Taylor, based down in Mask by the Sea, or Mosque. I'm not really sure how it goes. But John, are you there?
Yes. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, very good, man. So how are you doing? How's the weather down there for you today?
I don't see much of it stuck in here, but it's a bit. We get a lot of mist down here, so it's been a bit misty the last few days.
All right. So when you're you got no sea view studio. You haven't got a sea view in the studio.
There's a window, but it's frosted over.
Excellent. Listen, lovely to meet you. As I say, I've been to see a few of your shows when you've been up the northeast. I love the quality of what you do. Very, very high standard. Really good songs and everything that I've seen, and a top band. I mean, great players that you work with. Just give us a little bit of insight of how you started out and where you are now with regards to your music.
I started playing when I was about 9. I picked the guitar up at 9, and I very quickly started singing songs. And basically, it went on from that. Writing songs came probably when I was about 16, 17. I started dabbling with that.
Right. That's fantastic. I mean, you've got quite a repertoire now. I mean, how many albums have you done over the years?
Probably done about 5 albums, but with this group of people that I've got now, we're on our 3rd album, just releasing our 3rd album as we speak.
All right, fantastic. And is everything done at your studio? Have you built the studio up yourself over the years, or how did you start out?
Yeah, I've been here 30 years.
30 years? Wow.
30 years
oh, wow. Fantastic. Well, it looks mighty fine. Like, I really like the look of the studio, you know, good layout. And I've heard
it does the job, Steve. You know how it is.
Yeah. It's all about what you do with the equipment, isn't it? It's not what the equipment is with you necessarily. So
that's basically right. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you see yourself as a musician stroke songwriter, or are you a songwriter first? How does it work together?
I think it's an even thing. Obviously, I've spent most of my time playing commercial covers in order to make a living.
Right.
And the songwriting is behind that.
Excellent.
But the songwriting's come more into the fore in probably the last 10 years. I've started doing less of that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, what we'll do is we'll jump straight onto one of your videos. You sent me 3 of them, which all look pretty fantastic. Do you want to introduce the first one?
Which is Black Star. Yeah, Black Star. That's off our last album, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Black Star. Let's take it away and have a listen to that.
Sweat climbing, tugging at my feet. I feel it coming, and I know what this means. Pulses flying way up in the sky. Set me free from my mind. I got no time for praying, got no use for effigies. I got no time for fighting, got no use for enemies. I got a black star rising, coming out to wash me, pull me under, hanging over me. You're my one and only true companion, won't you set me free, let me be. I stop my hand now just to feel the pain. Wake me up on this morning rain. One step closer now, looking down to see. Guess who's waiting there for me? I got no time for praying, got no use for effigies. Got no way of running now, you got me on my knees. Can't you see? I got
Hey, John, that's fantastic. Such a tight band. What a groove that is, man.
They're good lads. I'm very lucky. I am.
Great stuff. Where do you take your influences from? Where do you pull sort of influences?
All across the place, really. It's often said I have zero taste in music because I like a lot of everything. Can see good in most things, really.
Yeah.
Americana, I suppose. I started off listening to James Taylor, Paul Simon, that kind of thing, Joni Mitchell, more the acoustic-y, folky thing. And then I discovered stuff like Little Feat, Poco, and like the Southern Rock stuff, Allman Brothers. Then it expanded it more into a band thing and a bit of a rockier side to it. Yeah. And I think that's stayed with even what we do today. That's where it is, really.
Certainly confirms what I've just heard in that particular song, because I know you do an array, as you say, right across the board of different things, but that particular one, I definitely heard the Americana, but the rock guitar thing on that, the twin guitar thing that was going on, absolutely love it. I'm a bit of a sucker for rock, sort of heavy metal music, actually. A lot of people know me for more Americana or root stuff, but I love the twin guitar thing when it goes on.
I've played a lot of that stuff as covers, and it's great fun to play Thin Lizzy and that kind of thing. I love it.
Of course,
but I guess the influences are there.
That's it, and you shouldn't sort of think, well, I shouldn't do that because it sounds like. I mean, you just do what you do to make it sound the best it can be, and enjoy the process. And it certainly comes across in the recording that the band really enjoy playing what you're presenting for them to play along to.
Well, they tell me they do. I don't know if they tell me the truth. I'm very lucky to have them because it was originally started as a recording project, and I'd worked with all of them, but never in a full band. And I pulled them in to co-write all the songs because they're all writers and they all produce their own stuff. Yeah. And rather as it be me and Pro Tools or Logic or whatever, I wanted a full band thing. So I was determined that I wasn't going to play any keyboards on it or any bass or do any drum programming or anything like that. I just wanted the guys to come in and write parts and make the songs ours. And then when we went to start gigging it was amazing how easy it was.
Right.
First, it became more about the band actually when we got to the second album, because we had written all our own parts and then we got together and just blasted through them, and it was kind of like, So it was a fortunate thing. We weren't certain it was going to turn out like that, but hopefully it was, and it has. So it's become more about the band. And the next two albums that we did, it was way easier because the first album had a lot of maybe 3 or 4 songs that had been kicking around for a bit. Whereas and the next two albums were all written specifically at the time, So it's about the band.
It's great, because normally what would happen is you'd come together as a songwriter, you'd do some rehearsals, you go gigging for like a year or 2 years and then come back and do the recording. Normally what people do is they go in and do the songs and, eventually go on the road and that songs develop over a period of time on the road because,
Absolutely.
that's normally good to record that. But it seems you've done it the other way, which is still fantastic. The band's really tight.
We just thought if we were going to do original stuff, we want to have something to, we don't want to, we want to record and then basically tour an album in effect. Yeah. More or less like the way the big boys do it, really.
Yeah.
And not just relentlessly keep doing it. We had to learn all the first album because we didn't have any songs. That was hard, actually.
Let's move on to the second song. Which one's this?
This is Cafe Dura from the first album.
Great stuff.
Is that something spare? Do you need? Yeah, but it's there.
The place they go and they wanna get high and they're feeling low. In the shadows there's something they find, takes their troubles away and leaves them all behind. Leaves them all behind. And the lights go down, they come knocking, knocking. Johnny, are you coming? Times must be hard if they come calling, picking on me, hiding under the bed. But what else can they say when they know no other way of living in the cafe? In the Cafe Dura. Downstairs, I'm sure if I asked her, crossed upon myself, I'll be happy ever after. If you keep your head down and the ants don't bite you, stay out of trouble, then maybe you could get back home. But what else can you say? Maybe we can get back home when there's no other way.
Hey, another corker there. Absolutely fantastic, man. Brilliant stuff. So going forward, since all the gigs have closed and we're not seeing anything opening, have you been doing a lot of stuff online, or what do you think the future is?
Who knows, Steve? It's a bit concerning. I mean, if I was a pro player now, I would be a bit nervous about it. I think it'll be next year before any kind of normality starts to take hold.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, you know. Who knows? We'll just have to play it by ear, really. I mean, this album we're bringing out, it'll be out in about 10 days, was finished at the beginning of March.
Yeah.
It was all done. It was ready. We had Scarborough Blues Festival lined up to launch it and everything. And then, of course, all this madness kicked off.
Yep.
And we just said, well, let's leave it. So it's been sat, gathering dust since the beginning. You know, so.
There's nothing worse, really, because once you've done all that hard work, you want people to hear it as soon as possible. You want it out. You want to get your marketing in place and all of that things. But
I want to play the songs as well.
Yeah, of course you do. Well, going forward, I think, you know, the online seems to be what people are doing. It's a challenge technically at the minute. Quality-wise can be variable, as we all know, you know, depending on what internet feed you get at the time. But have you been taking part in some of that stuff, or how have you been getting on with?
I haven't, because I've been sort of waiting to see what was going to happen, and also I'm not a big fan of doing new songs acoustically before they've got into the world in their full, because the songs are about the production the band's put into it, and if I strip them back down and do it acoustically, I feel as though I was releasing a watered down version of the song before it had even hit the waves, as it were, you know.
Exactly.
So just back on it, you know. I've seen some great people do some great stuff. Like I've been watching a lot of people do it, but no, I haven't.
Right. Well, no worries. There's definitely a future. We just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
So we'll work towards that, and we'll keep reinventing ourselves, because that's what we have to do as musicians. However we connect with people, we will reinvent ourselves. Well, listen, it's been lovely catching up with you. I've only spoke to you briefly at a couple of the gigs, and as I say, I absolutely adore what you do in the live. I think the band is fantastic. And I would love to hear the last song, and you can introduce that one if you'd like to.
Yep, this is Smoking Gun.
Take care.
Sacrifice, I've been low, lower than you'd ever know. Never got an indication, no straw in the wind. Is it my imagination? I can never win. I've been down